Hello, and in today's video we are doing a match day vlog for the first time in the 2022 to 23 season. That's right, the season is back. And I'm afraid to say we are in the championship, but it is what it is. We have to kind of take the L after last season, take the punishment of what was a horrendous campaign, and this is our punishment. But at the same time, it's a competitive league, it's an exciting league, 46 games, it's a marathon, not a sprint, but let's see if we can really mount a promotion challenge this year under Rob Edwards, an exciting new coach. And admittedly, it's been a weird transfer window, I can't lie, because by the 1st of August, Monday, the first game of the season, I did not think I'd be sitting here saying Ismail Assar and Emmanuel Dennis are still players for Watford, but we move. It's inevitable that at some point they will leave, one of them, probably both of them, but if we do manage to keep either of them, that'll be a massive boost. Obviously, I just don't see it happening though, because you know, I can't blame them, they'd want to go. But we've done some business in the transfer market. There's still a few weeks to go though, ultimately, with the window obviously shutting at the end of August. We've brought in Okoye as our new keeper, but somehow Daniel Bachmann seems to have thrown away those Manchester United rumours, and Rob Edwards has said he will start the season in goal. So we've now got new goalkeeper Ben Hamer in the wings waiting, along with Maduka Okoye, who of course was on loan to Sparta Rotterdam last season, the Nigeria goalkeeper at the Africa Cup of Nations, but he's going to be second as it stands in this game. And also, yeah, as I mentioned before, Bachmann, and then we've got the waiting in the wings, it seems like always, Dahlberg. You feel for him because he's getting loaned out to teams like Chesterfield and conceding goals after goals. But, you know, he'll be a big one in a future season. It's just when that will be, who knows. We've also signed our replacement. Sad to see him go, but Kiko Femenia, au revoir, my friend. Off to Spain, off to Villarreal, and in the opposite direction, Mario Gaspar. He's not fit for the opening game, so we don't know his number yet, but he will be there. I mean, I feel for Jeremy Ngaka because he is very good for championship level. And, you know, what's the point of having him if he's not going to be our first choice? But, you know, Gaspar is getting on a bit. He is old, so maybe that they'll rotate throughout the season, Jeremy and Mario. And then left back, we've got that man, legend, player of the season last year, Hassan Kamara. And actually, funnily enough, in pre-season, we've seen Ken Sema, who's come back from a pretty poor season. And, you know, for championship level, Ken Sema's decent enough. But in pre-season, Kamara, he's just so nice. He's such a lovely guy. He's so versatile that he's willing to play right wing back, and Sema's playing left wing back. So, you know, we've got options. Unfortunately, though, we've not got too many left backs, which is a bit of a worry. We need a bit of depth in that position. So to have Sema playing kind of in a position he's not used to, I'm not sure how that one will go down. But ultimately, that's where we're at the minute. The centre-backs, not many have left, to be honest. I thought more would. Obviously, last season we had a bit of a centre-back, you know, nightmare with making mistakes at the back and just shooting ourselves in the foot all the games. So hopefully a bit more of a solid centre-back pairing this season. But, you know, we think it would probably be a back two of maybe Samir and Cathcart or something, but I don't know, because Samir, he's been rumoured to leave and he's still on our books as it stands. Troost-Ekong, obviously, last season was a one to forget, but he's still, you know, very good for the championship, as is Ciarauta. And Cabaselli's still sticking around. So we've not brought in any new centre-backs, which does disappoint me, but that's just the Watford way, unfortunately. We don't sign that many defenders. And then in midfield, Cleverley's got the captaincy, as you would like, as you would expect. He's, you know, so experienced with his time playing for England and Manchester United, and he's just a great leader, so he'll shout at the players if there's anything not up to scratch. And we've obviously brought in nice young, you know, promising talent, Yasser Asprilla. So, oh yes, Mike from the Rookery End, walking fast. You'd love to see it. But as I was saying, Yasser Asprilla's come in, and he's going to be really promising, hopefully, but it's about how long will we see him play. And then Up front, we've got Bio in and we've got Raymond I, who has come from Barca. So there's clearly potential there. It's just a lot of unknowns. So big game tonight. Obviously, Sheffield United are a big club. They know what the Championship's about. They've got a good coach in Paul Heckingbottom. But I'm worried about Njai. He was very good last season. Billy Sharp, obviously the talisman. But they've got some young strikers there as well, like Rhian Brewster, Ollie McBurney. And the fullbacks, Basham and Baldock, seem to be so loyal to that club. So they're a decent Championship outfit. And obviously knocked out in the playoffs last season. So they're going to go for the promotion. But we would hope at home we are the favourites, just coming down from Premier League. But, you know, look at our home form last season. It's not exactly a good one to watch. So hopefully a home win, hopefully a goal. I'm predicting Watford 1, Sheffield United 0. And the only goal scorer is that Brazilian baller again, João Pedro, on 75 minutes. What is your score prediction, Dad?
1-0.
1-0. He's gone for the score draw. Well, to be fair, Sheffield United are a good team. We've got tough 3 fixtures to start the season, so we'd take that. But obviously, it'd be nice to win on opening night, under the lights, on Monday Night Football. Coming you on!
Welcome to the start of the for our two teams. First of all, news of our visitors in goal number 18, West Rotherham, 2, George Baldock, 3, Enda Stevens, 4, John Fleck, 8, Sander Berge, 12, Captain John Egan, 16, Oliver Norwood, 26, Kieran Clark, 29, Element Ndai, 33, Reece Norrington Davies, and 36, Daniel Jefferson. Now, the control, let's see you make some noise for your golden boy side.
Hey!
It's number 1, Daniel Backman.
Hey!
Enter your new club captain, Tom Clement.
Hey! Go on, Clebs. Hey! Hey!
14, Hussein Kamara.
Hey!
15, Craig Kafka.
Hey!
23, Ismail Assad.
Hey! Please stay!
29, Emmanuel Dennis.
Hey! Please stay!
Christian Cavaselli.
Hey!
31, Francisco Sirata.
Hey! Welcome back!
39, Edo Kayambe.
Hey!
And another big introduction to me. First of all, our assistant head coach, Richie Kyle, and taking care of charge on his first competitive game here at Vicarage Road. Please give a warm welcome to your new head coach, Rob Edwards.
Hey! New season, new dreams. Let's go!
Let's get to the Premier League.
Watford FC, the team for me. Since I was young, I followed him. Watford FC, the team for me.
That makes a change. No more Hodgson business. It's all about Rob. Love it, Rob. Love it, Rob.
Rob, yellow,
Rob Edwards, yellow army. Rob Edwards, yellow army. Ah! Come on. I got that on film.
get in. I go out of my way, but I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough.
I love this song. We've won for the first time since November.
João Pedro, oh, always believe in your soul. You got the power to know you're indestructible. Always believe in João Pedro. Oh, what a baller. What a result. It's finished Watford 1, Sheffield United 0. Get in! A winning start to life in the Championship and a tough opponent in Sheffield United. They know their stuff, they know this division, but we got the job done. Simple as that, and Rob Edwards has a winning start to life as Watford manager this Championship season. Oh, it's always nice to score the first goal, to get the first win on opening day, and against a very resilient and hard to break down Sheffield United side. That was a very well-earned battling win. Competitive match. Sheffield United, they didn't offer much though, I can't lie, but that's all credit to our defence today. We looked on it, we looked disciplined, and I thought there were some very good performances in there, with Christian Kabasele looking very, very composed and hungry to get challenges in and hustle the attacks and basically cause Sheffield United a lot of problems and stop them getting through our lines. But we've got to start off with the goal. I mean, what a goal. What a goal. I mean, first half, it was pretty even, I can't lie. Both sides looking a bit threatening. You know, this game started off with the pattern of Sheffield United had more of the ball. It was quite a slow start from us, to be honest. We were quite rusty towards the beginning. Sheffield United weren't doing a lot with their possession, but they were playing it around a bit threateningly, and we kind of like, oh, let's kind of get a bit more of a control back in this game. And then all of a sudden, Watford had kind of the first two main chances of the game. One was kind of a unfortunate one where, you know, it was pulled back by Dennis, and I think it was, it was crossed in by Sema, and Pedro had a shot and a header, and it was saved by the goalie Fotheringham. But also there was a chance where Dennis slipped it through for Sarr. Sarr tried to finish it kind of across goal and unfortunately hit the side netting. But ultimately Watford started fairly well, but ultimately neither side really doing enough to kind of impose themselves on the opposition enough. I mean,
like I say, it was quite sloppy at the start from Watford, but we grew into the game, and then kind of when the half-time whistle blew, both teams had a decent amount of chances. Watford better opportunities, and a couple on target, but Sheffield United more possession. So we went into the second half, thought, let's up the ante, up the tempo a little bit, and that's exactly what we did. We started the second half really well. I mean, the start of the first half was quite slow from Watford, but the second half it was really, really strong. We came out with intent. We came out with the battling spirit that we really want to see this season. And I can't lie, there was a 5-minute spell at the start of the second half where the referee just had an absolute shocker. Like, he was giving such weird decisions, free kicks the other way, and just so many weird ones that were just not logical at all. Like, there would be a foul and he'd just let play continue, and he just wasn't bringing it back. So he had a little bad spell, the referee, in that kind of 45 to 55 minute period. But then Watford started to kind of get more into the game, started to create loads of chances, and then Watford scored on 60 minutes or something, 56 minutes, that was it. And it was a brilliant goal. I mean, what a counter-attacking goal this is. It's picked up by, I think it's Hassan Kamara in the middle. It bounces a couple times, and then Kamara just drives forward with the hunger that we know he can show, and really good determination, really good counter. And then it's passed across the box, and it's a great pass, but it doesn't have much power in it, and it kind of is good enough that it evades everyone and falls to Dennis, I think, and then Dennis puts it out wide to Sarr, and then Sarr gets it, and he's on the run. He's kind of trying to do it first time, and it's a really good ball across the box, and there is João Pedro stealing in and finishing it between the goalkeeper Fothering's legs. And what a finish, what a goal, what a great counter-attack from the Hornets, and what a great way to begin the season. So really good assist from Ismaila Sarr, who I've got to say, along with Emmanuel Dennis, really put in the hard ground here, the hard work, because I'm not going to lie, I came into this thinking they were going to look disinterested, and you don't blame them, right? Because they're just too good for this division, but they are at the club as it stands. We don't know how long that will continue, but at the end of the day, they put in a shift today, and especially Emmanuel Dennis getting back and defending, it was really good, and Sarr did the same. So really good assist from Ismaila today, but it was just refreshing to see a lot of players back. Let's talk about that lineup before we get into the rest of the chances. So Watford lined up with the formation we expected, the 3-4-2-1. As we know, Rob Edwards favoured a back three with wing backs, like a back five, under the management of Forest Green. So yeah, we did have a back three to start. Admittedly, a bit of a interesting kind of back three, because obviously at times Sema was coming back to defend, so it was almost like a bit of a back four, because Kamara was pushing up so much and attacking that Sema was having to come back and defend. So you had like a natural left winger playing left wing back, and then you got three centre backs across the back four. But no, mainly it was a back three of Cabaselli, Ciarauta and Cathcart. And let's start off with Backman in goal. I honestly didn't have a lot to do today. Looked really solid. Refreshing to see him, with a really comfortable 90 minutes, because at times last season, obviously the gap in quality is so big in the Premier League, but in times last season he was just flapping at things. But today he looked really assured. His kicking was really good as well. He kicked some really nice long balls up in the sky, and he just looked really assured. Like, he didn't have really many shots to deal with. Looking at the match stats, Sheffield United only 3 shots on target, but the ones that were on target, they must have been dribblers, because I can't remember a meaningful save that Backman had to make. It's just the defence in front of him were helping him out, I can't lie, and that was really encouraging to see. Cabaselli today, I thought, was up there for man of the match. Maybe not quite because of the performances of maybe Edu Kayembe and Ken Sema and João Pedro, but honestly, Cabaselli, superb today. Just so assured in his performance, always pushing on, always looking to make himself known and really get in the face of the strikers. When Brewster and Sharp came on, he could have panicked and tried to kind of do too much, but he just looked really, really composed today, and that's really, really encouraging for the future. And then next to him, Ciarauta, great to see him back. Obviously last season was a bit of a shocker for him, injuries and bad games, but honestly today looked really, really solid. Just nothing spectacular, nothing amazing, but honestly didn't put a foot wrong today, so he can be really happy with that performance. I can't lie, I don't rate the kind of braids. It's got to go back to the top knot, and I think he changed it at half time, so he knows what the fashion sense should be. And then Cathcart, I mean, good old Mr. Cathcart, he's still here. He's every season just in the background doing business very, very quietly, getting on with it, and he's just so reliable. So much experience, Northern Ireland international that really just knows how to get the job done, and that's all we need to do in the Championship. So really, really good today. Again, a bit like Ciarata, didn't do anything spectacular, but also didn't make any mistakes, which was really key. I mean, there was points in the first half where we were playing out from the back again. Seems to be the Rob Edwards way, but to be fair to us, we were doing it quite well, apart from a couple of occasions where we gave away the ball. We were doing it really well, and you know, there was points I was getting nervous in that first half because we were giving Sheffield United too much space, especially down that right hand side where, you know, poor Ken was trying to track back, and it was just, he was trying to get there and he wasn't getting any support to stop the crosses, but we did get the job done in the end, and there was some good kind of defensive grind towards the end, seeing out the game at 1-0. Midfield though, obviously cleverly really, really decent today. Not quite his best game for sure. Had a few moments that were a bit sloppy, but as a captain, you know, he was very, very assured at times, and you know, I think he was a very, very solid performer today. Just nothing, you know, to really write home about. And then Kayembe, honestly, absolutely superb today. Kayembe just knew what to do in every situation, whether that was get the ball out of danger or kind of get the ball on the turn and drive our attacks. You know, there was a moment in the end of the game, very late on, where, you know, we need to try and get this out of danger. We've got to try and boot this up the pitch. And it's literally on the line, and he's flicked it up and then booted it. It's just so clever, such great technique. Kayembe, very, very good today. I was impressed. I mean, I was impressed by a lot of matches from him last season, but he didn't get enough matches, whether that was due to injury or due to the form of Imran Louza and, you know, more games getting given to Juraj Kucka. But obviously Louza injured at the minute, so he didn't start today, and nor did Hungbo. He wasn't even on the bench, which was a bit of a surprise, but honestly, Kayembe, superb today. And then obviously the wing-backs, Kamara, every single game, he gives a 10 out of 10 for effort, and I got to say a solid 9 out of 10 for quality today. He was just so good. And considering he's playing a makeshift role at right wing-back, you know, this kid is just brilliant. He's by far my favourite Watford player, just gives his all for the shirt every single game, and today just looked really good. And actually, going forward as well, he offered quite a lot today, and that was encouraging for the future. You know, he can get forward, he can put in crosses. But talking about crosses, oh my days, was Ken Sema good today. I mean, playing at that left wing-back role, I mean, that's the spot for him. And now, I do agree, it makes more sense maybe to play Kamara at left-back, and maybe when Gaspar is not quite ready yet, we could play Ngaki at right-back. But honestly, Ken Sema was outstanding today, really, really good. And what he's brilliant at, and we've said this time and time again, he's not Premier League level, unfortunately, but at the Championship level, he really does put fright in defenders, because what he does is he gets the byline, he gets his body in between the defenders and muscles them out. He's got such strength, such agility and great skill to kind of get to the byline. And that cross for the header from Pedro, it was perfectly weighted, perfectly, you know, swung in. So really great game from Sema today, and he could be really happy with his performance. And then we talk about the front three, Sarr, Dennis, Pedro. Well, as I say, good assist from Sarr, but ultimately not too many opportunities other than that first one in the first half that he just kind of hit the side netting. But ultimately encouraging from Ismaila today. Dennis, look, with Dennis, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a busy player that likes to take on everyone. At times he still does try and take on too many people and lose the ball, but also he was intelligent today sometimes, giving away the ball to his teammates when it was required. And also, as I say, good determination today, tracked back and got some tackles in and kind of helped the team progress up the pitch. And then of course, the star man, the man of the match, João Pedro. This guy, honestly, different gravy. He is so good for his age, and I'm just so happy to see him developing into such a brilliant player. Since we signed him from Fluminense, you know, he's been going on leaps and bounds, and he's doing another Richarlison. He's just getting into a brilliant player, and this is what Watford do. We buy players who you've never heard of, we foster them, we nurture them into a great young talent, and then we sell them on and get the profit. And it's a really sustainable club strategy. So very, very happy for Pedro. You know, this season's another big one for him, and it's great to see he's off the mark for the goal scoring. In terms of the substitutes, I mean, look, Ray Minaj, or Minaj as it's pronounced apparently, had a good introduction. As I say, as with Dennis, got a few tackles in, looked purposeful with his play, and got a couple of shots away. You know, that especially that one near post, he just kind of tried to test the palms of the goalie there. So he looks lively, Ray Minaj. I'm not going to lie, he looks exciting. So good to see he's giving it his all. And then also Gosling, you know, he didn't have a lot of time to get on the pitch, so you kind of think fair enough. So yeah, Sheffield United were quite poor today, I thought. You know, certainly in the first half it was a bit more even, but we were the best team in the second half. We edged them out, and that was probably a fair scoreline, 1-0. So good performance from Watford. Rob Edwards can be very happy with that, and we're very happy with that because we've won for the first time since November versus Manchester United. That is key to start a season, to get that winning form back on track at home. And now we take on West Bromwich Albion on another Monday night at the Hawthorns. Come on, you Horns! I'll see you on the next one. Hasta la vista.